Hey guys, Tara here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on road Kharkov. Today spawning in the north we have Jove as the Brits, who has commandos, special weapons and mobile assault. Tearing out them is Alastor, who has Royal Artillery, Royal Engineer and mobile assault. This guy's a pretty famous twos team. Used to be top of the leaderboards. Currently around mid-30s in rankings. It's an arranged team, so perhaps a bit rusty as a team, but getting back into it. Anyway, on the right-hand side we have Strafniki. As the LC player, he has Blitzkrieg, Jaeger Armor, and Storm. And we have Pussy Hunter 69. Also, as I'll say, who has Assault Support, Jaeger Armor, and Lightning Wall. So, Pioneer spotting for the machine gun, allowing it to shoot further than the Tommies can shoot. Oh, he's jumping out of the fuel before it's captured. Trying to chase them down, slight mistake. Oh, these guys, random team. Pussy Hunter is Frost. You might have known him, Storm Tiger Frost. Changed his name. And Strafniki, and he's like, yeah, pretty highly ranked. I think he's around in the 50s, random twos. Used to be a very high 1v1 player. And Strafniki's around rank 200. Random twos. So the Brits have the advantage, but they also have the disadvantage of having been playing double Brits. And on a map like this, very small, very hard to avoid the machine guns, it's even more of a penalty. Not having access to a mobile mortar can be a real tricky proposition on a map like this. So Frost has gone quite far to enemy territory, taking control of this building, stopping any advances from Jove down here. Some good harassment here by Alastor, but it's now come to an end. But still, the Brits will have had better fuel. Looks like we're seeing 4 Tommies into UC, very heavy tier 1 build. Very late UC as well. Got to be careful when going for one that late, because the 2v2 is going to be on the field. About 3 minutes time, so how much damage can you get done with the UC before then? Probably not that much. But he might be planning to upgrade it with the Wasp upgrade, get the flamethrower. Very early 5-man upgrade for Alastor. And a sniper for Strafniki. And the Axis now in a very strong map control position. As I said, very hard to push both the buildings when you don't have access to flamethrowers, and avoid the suppression without a mobile mortar. One thing the Tommies are very good at is just these long-range cover fights. Oh, and the sniper reveals itself. Gets one shot in. Got to try to avoid that universal carrier now. Universal carrier going for a chase for this low health green. Having some pathing issues. Close, but won't get the kills. Gonna drive right next to the sniper though. Sniper in trouble. Ooh, that was so close to death. Remember that the universal carrier has a bonus, accuracy bonus against snipers. Also has a detection radius bonus against snipers. That's why you spot it so early. This might be quite far away. It's like a 10 range bonus to detection. Not sure what the accuracy bonus is. Probably like 25-50%, something like that. Mortar team going to work now. This is very strong against the Tommies, because they are a very stationary squad. Axis losing control of their fuel here, so they've definitely had less fuel control to date. Oh, they have had a decent standard territory point control. Oh my god! Oh, and he loses the squad to the S-mines. And he was standing right next to them. Surely he spotted the flags at some point. Signs are there. Okay, we got a few mines for Alastor. Perhaps expecting some light vehicle play. Wow, he got a Faustin. Very surprised that connected. Didn't look like he was in range. Double machine guns on this left hand side. Two for Frost in total.
We have a new scout car.
It's a little bit of wire down on that heavy cover there. Sniper still only with the one kill. And that's a mortar pit going up in the back there. So that's going to be pretty effective at stopping captures in the center. Also this very important building. Going to be a nice position to stop that. And despite the circle ending here. Oh, he runs over a mine! Sniper down! Despite the... Is the barrage range longer than the auto fire range? That's probably the case. No, the smoke barrage range is much further.
Armored car completed.
So for Strafniki, you got to be careful. Losing a sniper like that's no good. And now he's going for the safe option, the mortar. Which I can certainly empathise with. 222 going in after the universal carrier. Let's try and plant a mine, but it's going to be too late. And the universal carrier is going to go down here. Neither of the... Well, one of the Brits players has the AC, but it's on the complete other side of the map. But this 222 is going on a bit of a world tour here. Could go down to the AC. AC, what's it doing? Bad communication between these two. Not bringing it over to get the kill. Oh man, that is some really bad communication between these two. AC definitely should have been able to get the kill there. He's trying to circle strafe the anti-tank gun. Nice smoke to block the vision of the machine gun as well. This is a tough spot for the pack. I think he'll be able to get it away, but he might decrew it close to the base. Dropping some artillery flares on it, and there's a big blob coming out here. This base howitzer could do some big damage.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Oh, the shell's a little bit too slow to fire.
The enemy is
Unfortunate.
taking our territory.
He's playing sandbags so hard to dislodge. And that mortar pit going to work. Surprising me with its range here. Must be because it's using the barrage. see being repaired after those pack shots. Frost's got to be careful though. That is 222. Got to make sure the pack's covering it. Oh no. Frost lost a machine gun. Where was that? Here comes AC. Oh, there it is, over in that corner. AC cleans up 222 pack, not in position to defend. If pack was like maybe up here, still quite a defended position against infantry, but might have been able to get 2 shots in on the AC, taking it down. And that mortar pit coming in now. Some good damage. More artillery flares coming in, and they've actually been doing a pretty good job of dislodging these positions. They are very expensive though, especially early on before you get the second howitzer unlocked. They're not that strong either, so you got to be economical with your usage of them. Otherwise you won't have enough munitions for weapon upgrades, and it looks like that's going to be the case for both players. Spending the munitions on things like mines and the flares. Not going to have the LMGs early on. For the LC players, generally works out one player goes for tier 3, one player goes for tier 4. It's like Strafniki going straight for tier 4. Frost still hasn't ticked up.
We have lost a Granatwerfer squad.
Oh, and we're down. Was that to a explosive grenade? Yes. Jove has ticked Mills bombs. They're actually surprisingly effective. Oh, button grenade over the hedge. At the very least allowed that panzer grenadier to retreat safely. Oh, mortar in range of the Vickers. Slight mistake there. Manages to flank it. Gets rid of that final mine as well, but
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Strafniki is struggling over here on this left hand side.
Flares ready to illuminate the front lines. Ready to bombard with the base howitzers. The ability is ready.
Incendiary rounds activated now. Some early warning flares going on. It's actually surprisingly effective. See the amount of sight they're getting from them. A lot of sight for 60 munitions, very comparable to the artillery flares. Special operations for OKW. I suppose they give you more sight overall, but not as targeted sight, so it could be trickier for trying to knock out things like howitzers. They're deep in enemy territory. Also, Frost going for G43s on his panzer grenadiers here. Mistake. Shouldn't be doing that. G43 is basically just a waste of munitions. The normal STGs or MP44s. Are better at almost every range except for the last 5 range. From like 30 to 35, so not worth the munitions. Mortarpit's been doing a really good job of keeping these team weapons honest. This is a pretty small map, so Mortarpit is covering a very large area. Frost looks like he's going for tier 3 finally. A little bit late on his tech. Could have had a tank in production by now. He's the one going for tier 3. Meanwhile tier 4 is up for Strafniki, and he has given himself a Rumbear. Good choice. Oh, Centaur for Alastor. That's, I feel like a little bit risky. I suppose he's got a few mines down. Should be okay. Second mortar pick. This time Jove's going to get one. 2 mortar pits can actually be quite tricky on this map. Dislodge. Strafniki does have a howitzer commander in his loadout, so could consider get the LFH to try and bombard those areas. Here it comes, Strabot. Good opening shot. Forcing a retreat, getting 1 kill. AC's coming over here, but I think this is really a match the AC wants to fight. Rumbear's got pretty good penetration. These grenadiers with the LMGs are too strong. Even for the 5-man Tommies. The T-guns worked its way into position now. Strafniki's got to be careful.
Squad knocked out.
Oh, squad down for Alastor. Looks like over here. And those mortar pit shells starting to rain down. Some airburst shells now coming in for Alastor. Is he already ticked? No, okay, that's actually from Jove. He's already ticked anvils, that's why he's giving the airburst. I thought for a second it was going to be the concentration barrage, which has airburst shells even without the anvil tick. Here's the Churchill. Comes in for a disabling shots, temporarily slowing down the Panzer IV. Can it escape the Churchill? He's getting onto the road now. Churchill pops a crew grenade and he knocks out the pack. Double pack's moving over though. Oh, Churchill in big trouble. Oh, and he's very slow to realise this. And every shot penetrates. A little bit lucky there for Strafniki, and down goes the Churchill. Double packs coming in clutch there. Jove not really paying close enough attention to his Churchill. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Yep. Ooh, that was a big shot. Oh, did that go down there? Yes. Centaur took down a grenadier. Wipes starting to pile up for both teams. Uh-oh, double pack setting up. Is he fast enough with the Centaur? He is indeed. Try and knock out this Vickers. Might be able to. No. Gun can't teleport it to the furthest away crewman. Just to get out of there, but he's opening the door for the stripper to get a bit more aggressive, and he flattens the squad inside the building with it. Oh man, that mortar pit going to work. Agree with this with the heavy engineers.
An emplacement is being attacked.
I got some more base artillery coming in over here. He's got to get out. This mortar pit though in a bit of jeopardy. Low on health. Pops brace, but no repairs nearby. It looks like that's going to go down. Could lose this squad as well on retreat. He switches targets. Nice attempt by Frost. Doesn't quite work out.
Emplacement under attack.
AEC's coming over now, but it's a little bit too late. Down goes the second mortar pit. Oh, and AEC could also go down. He needs to pop smoke, and he does. Nicely timed smoke. Oh, that's a Sexton. I was thinking, I didn't see any flares, but yeah, that's a Sexton. Was firing those shells earlier. 3 kills on its first barrage. Oof. Losing that Churchill really hurting Jove here. Didn't have an AT gun. So this Panzer IV is just going to town. Pushing really deep into the British territory.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Panzer IV bounces 3 shots in a row. Very unlucky. Now Panzer IV in trouble. This is their shot. Oh, nice Werfer wipes out another squad inside a building. Strafniki rising to the challenge here against these high-ranked players. It's getting all the wipes. And for a reasonably close-range Sexton. Machine gun gets out of harm's way though.
We're losing a capture point.
Jove has another Churchill in production, but they are taking a pummeling in the meantime. Being pushed right back, barely hanging on to their fuel, about to lose the fuel cache. So there's some base artillery being called in to stop the push onto the pit. He needs to keep that mortar pit alive. Bunker down, covering this VP now as well. Strafniki also has enough munitions for the close air support. So that could be very telling in the next battle. Really comes down to whether the Centaur is occupied shooting at units or whether it has time to shoot at the aircraft. Sort of a mine, but not much follow-up. It's going to be able to get away safely. Might be worth Strafniki considering getting another Pioneer squad for some faster repairs. He's floating a lot of manpower. Nice! What a Werfer barrage! Almost wipes 2 squads. And the Brits getting pushed right back here. Losing that Centaur was, that first Churchill was super costly. And Churchill a little bit too slow to chase there. Panzer IV gets away with the blitz. Oh, but the Penguins might not be so lucky. There they go. Jove finally getting an anti-tank gun.
6-pounder anti-tank gun finished.
Machine gun just gets away.
Fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is down to 200 points. Enemy has
Oh
killed
man,
the
this
machine gun crew.
Churchill going to town here. Carrying out all these team weapons. The early warning flares coming with the concentration barrage. On what? Oh, over here. You better get some good damage. Luckily those Grenadiers were behind heavy cover. Tiger now, Frost. Yeah, there's that blind critical. And the airburst shells. I believe that just blinds vision, doesn't cause main gun disabled.
Attempting to steal our sector.
Just got to make use of the attack ground. Causing a recon plane, but that gets shot down almost immediately by the Centaur. And here's the Churchill. Oh, and the Panzer IV goes down. But the P-47's coming in now. I mean Ju-87s. Man,
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
they both come in and crash right next to each other. Partners in crime. Double packs in jeopardy now, taking some damage from the pits, and now these engineers right on top of them. But now these are in trouble. Probably are right next to them. They've repaired back that mortar pit. It's really hanging in there. 17 kills, but it's done so much health damage. I didn't even notice it, but it looks like AT gun was brought over here and knocked out the bunker that was covering the VP. So I was attempting to at least neutralize it, because Brits are getting very low on VPs now. And that howitzer fire and mortar fires is raining in.
Ready to go.
Look at all these craters. Oh, a little bit too close. Got a range of their Vickers in the building. He's going to be able to complete the cap. Oh, he's going to go down to the Centaur though, with the packs. I thought they were back being healed, but they actually weren't, and one of them goes down to the mortar. Hit. Roofer coming in. I don't think this has fired in quite some time. Oh, and he flattens another building with another unit inside. This thing's going off. Tiger trying to avoid this firefight, which is racking up some good damage. That's a land mattress now. Clears out one of the packs. And now it's just outright destroyed. That artillery's just coming in for the Brits.
RE sappers reporting in.
A Stug for Frost. Heavy tanks trading. Heavy engineers though for Jove, so the repair speed advantage isn't on his side. The neutralizer, he's getting out of there. That centaur is so deadly. So we've got double super close air support ready for the Axis. As you saw, the Centaur's not firing at units. It will shoot down those planes very quickly. So it's in the Axis's best interest. He's trying to destroy that with a machine gun. I don't think it's going to work. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so Frost is mobilizing. His unit's still not fully repaired though. Churchill coming over. Double Stugs nearby though. The natural enemy of the Churchill. This guy's rear armor facing to the Stugs though. His tank gun is behind but facing in the wrong direction currently. Looks like it's taking aim at the Wimbear. Good maneuvering by Jove though, backing away from the Stugs, and the 6-pounder is refacing. Stugs now in trouble. Looks like one of the Stugs going to go down. No, he switches targets to the high health one. Stug getting aggressive here, going after the Centaur now. Firefly in the back's not having a bar of it. Oh! Come the planes. Splitting the damage between two tanks, not getting any kills. Stug goes down. Panther's coming in, trying to get some cleanup. Panther. Oh man, that's so close to death, that Firefly. It was gonna die to the next shot, but apparently not. Oh my god, that land mattress! 2 full squad wipes! Panzerwerfer goes after the units inside the trench, but doesn't get them. Those trenches so good in the defensive positions against artillery like that.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Oh, doesn't quite lose his feet up. Oh, planes come in from Frost. Oh, and they take down the Centaur. Only one of them got shot down, so they could do a little bit more damage. They do require sight, but you know, if something like the Sexton fires at a unit and gives them sight, it could, or it could target Sexton. I don't think it's got that much health either. Oh, Valentine coming in. Don't see this too often. One of the main reasons is it's 12 supply. So a very expensive unit. If you compare this to the infrared half-track, which I believe is 5. It's a lot to pay, even though its observation mode is very strong, much stronger than the infrared half-track. It's still very, very expensive. Uh-oh. Panzerwerfer took a howitzer shell, almost lost it there. And Tommy's in a trench covering the VP. Very, very annoying. Very hard to deal with. I know a lot of players don't use trenches now that enemies can occupy them, but placing and positioning like this, covering a VP on your side of the map, quite safe to assume your opponents are not going to use them too often, and they are really annoying to deal with. Still, anyone's game, army supply is very closely matched. Tiger looks like it's making a move on the Firefly. AC's nearby, could use some return shots. Uh-oh, triggers his own mine. Oh, but now the Tiger also receives engine damage. Double Stugs are still there. 6-pounder not facing the correct direction. AEC goes down. Panther dived in but gets main gun destroyed. Second Panther's there. Wants to knock out this Vet 2 Churchill. Stugs now also coming in. Panther hanging in there. Bouncing shots. But the Firefly is not bouncing shots. Oh, main gun destroyed on the second Panther. Looks like he used attack ground. Stugs are going down here. Fresh Firefly taking care of the Stugs. But triple cap for the Axis. Allies push right back. 65 VPs left. So despite the Axis losing a tremendous amount of armor here, might be able to get the VP win now. Looks like that Panther managed to escape somehow. Firefly couldn't chase it down. Tiger being repaired. Good defenses over here. Rebuilt that bunker, covering this VP with a pack as well. Allies making a dash to the VPs. Oh, that tulip rocket knocks out 2 whole squads of pioneers. Tiger now wounded. Firefly picking him off long range. He's going to try back behind this building, try and avoid those shots. But he's doing a good job. He's knocking out the engineers and they can't complete the capture. Machine gun in the middle as well. Stopping the capture there. Tiger backs around the building. There was an attack ground. Both of them attacking ground and both missing. But it doesn't matter. That's the match. And pretty good match at that. Strafniki really doing his best. Didn't really look out of place in this match. Especially with that. Man, he just got so many wipes with the Brumbeer and the Panzerwerfer early. That was really, really good from him. Interesting to see, you know, a little bit of, well, artillery action. Brits did try to go for quite a lot of indirect fire this game. But the game just didn't last long enough for it to pay off. That was ultimately the issue. No, I mean, they got some kills, but yeah, it takes a while for indirect fire to pay off. And the Axis just too strong on the map control. There was that period after Jove lost his first Churchill where they just had almost no map control at all, and that was just so costly for them, losing that first Churchill. Maybe if he had a anti-tank gun to bridge the gap, that Lone Panzer IV wouldn't have forced back all his units, but these things happen. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. Good luck.